So this is the POCO C40, apparently the most affordable POCO phone yet. And with the addition of one more phone, they are now slowly completing up their portfolio from the bottom up to the near flagship killer range. In fact, before this video goes live, their latest POCO F4 had been launched, which is expected to be around 30,000 pesos or around 550 US dollars. But as of making this video, they have the POCO F4 GT at the top of the food chain, followed by POCO X4 Pro 5G, then the POCO M40 Pro and M30 Pro, and then the POCO M3 which isn't available anymore, then this ultra budget POCO C40. Here in the Philippines, there's no official pricing yet nor a release date for the C40. But judging by the portfolio of POCO, my guess is that it's going to be under 5,000 pesos. I don't see this phone replacing the regular M3, seeing the specs isn't really an upgrade, but if you want to know what value you're getting from POCO's cheapest phone yet, well, here you go. But before we dive into the nitty and gritty, here's a short word from today's sponsor. CDKey Offer specializes in delivering cheap and legitimate software and game codes. If you ever need a Windows 10 Pro or a Microsoft Office key, you can buy one at a very cheap price. To do so, just visit cdkeyoffer.com. Search for Windows 10 and choose a suitable copy for you, but in my case, I always go for a professional copy. Before making a payment, make sure to type in the RC20 code for an exclusive 30% off discount. After that, you can choose your preferred payment method. You will receive the code via an email that redirects you to the website of CDKey Offer, and from there, you can get your Windows 10 key. Since my Windows 10 copy is already activated, I just can simply change my product key to the new one that I just bought. If you need a Microsoft Office key, the steps are pretty much the same. Just make sure to type in the RC20 code for an exclusive 30% off discount. CDKey Offer provides permanently valid keys with 30 days of return and exchange period. You can check out more deals in the video description below. After using the C40 for a whole week and more, making a verdict wasn't that hard. In fact, it's the easiest phone review I've done by far. If you just need a phone for a kid to play with or someone who just needs it as a music player or video streaming device, you can get away with the C40. But if you plan to make this phone as a daily driver, particularly if you're coming from an M3 or something equivalent, this phone isn't for you. So the C40 basically looks like every other budget POCO phone with its all-plastic build. But my favorite part, which is the faux leather finish on the back, is here and still one of the best enemies of fingerprint smudges. The large branding along with that large visor for the cameras is here as well. However, POCO brought back the rear fingerprint scanner. And yes, it's still fast and accurate for what it is. But the one thing that side scanners can't beat here is the convenience of unlocking with either of your hand. Want to see another convenient feature? A dual SIM slot with dedicated storage for expansion of up to 1 terabyte. Now, I don't know who needs that kind of storage in an ultra budget phone like this, but if you're that type of person, you can put your 1 terabyte microSD card here. And yes, the C40 comes in two models, one with 3GB and 32GB storage, and the other with 4GB and 64GB. The headphone jack is still here and it's located at the top, but the speaker at the bottom can easily get overpowered by ambient noise as it's only a single firing speaker. And to top off this impressive design, POCO brought an IP52 rating, thus making this phone dust and splash resistant. Now, the reason why I said this phone isn't the best as your main phone is because of the performance. Compared to the M3 Snapdragon 662, the chipset in the C40 is around 40 to 50% slower. And if you felt like using the M3 was slow, the C40 lets you wait and count around 5 seconds to open, close, or switch apps. The JLQ JR510 chip inside, which is an octa-core CPU, is made to support one app at a time. I would even go as far as to say that this chip is paired better with Android Go edition phones. You know, the really cheap ones that use less RAM and storage. The only good thing I saw here in terms of performance is that simple games like Subway Surfer, once loaded and booted up, perform just fine. But if you're planning to play Mobile Legends here, just don't. Even at lowest settings, the game can be quite stuttery. But when it comes to CPU performance, even simple scrolling in Facebook is a struggle. Although if you plan to use this phone as some sort of GPS navigator, Google Maps work just fine, and I think this makes a nice affordable option for people who use their phones for navigation. Since the 6000 mAh battery is plenty for a low power consuming device like the C40. But despite the phone supporting up to 18 watts fast charging, POCO decided to ship the phone with a 10-watt charger, which I guess is fine instead of shipping no charger at all. Now, the display is quite large at 6.71 inches. It's an IPS LCD, so it's a standard smartphone display, but POCO claims it can reach up to 400 nits brightness, so using the display under direct sunlight isn't an option. Both the main camera and the front camera are surprisingly usable though. Both can record up to 1080p 30 frames video with decent sharpness and colors, but don't be fooled that this phone is sporting 4 cameras. The only useful camera here is the main 13 megapixel sensor. There is a 2 megapixel for depth, but that doesn't really do anything, and of course the LED flash, but the other one is basically just there to fill the gap. I think this phone is best used for 1 or 2 use cases only, like if you're looking for a cheap phone that does okay in 4 out of 5 areas, save a bit more for devices like the M3 or M3 Pro. As far as I can see, the C40 is good at some things, extending battery life, offering a big display, and delivering them in a durable and decent package. So that's basically it. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.